Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the third track meet for the Saints. Lots of schools competing today. We got Stewart, St. Catherine's, Churchill Academy, and St. Chris, obviously. Believe that's everyone. And we're focused on the long jump here to get us started. Don't have the official roster for the field events yet. We're working on that, but try to just tell it by school. There's looks like St. Catherine's girl there just jumped. It's like a St. Chris kid here. Looks like a pretty far jump there.
Good jump by George Julius.
Is that George? I believe that was George Julius, as James pointed out. A lot of stuff going on here. It's very busy today. Many events to come here. This track meet goes from 4 to 8 tonight, so lots of action. St. Catherine's girl going here. Solid jump. St. Chris kid just went. It looks like pretty far as well. Lots of different events here today. I got the 4x800 meter relay. There's 100-meter hurdles. There's a 100-meter dash. Important to mention that it's senior day today, so seniors will be recognized as well as the parents later on. It's like the high jump also going on here, as long as the long jump. Both in unison here. really cool to see how far these athletes can jump. It's really impressive. The hard work they put in has really paid off. These jumps are incredibly long, and to be quite honest, I've never seen anything like it. 800 relay will be starting at 4:45 today. Look forward to that.
Coaches and athletes, there is a live stream. The link is currently on the meet page on milestat.com. That should be up and running during the field events. There's a live stream. The link is at milestat on this meet page for St. Christopher's Meet 3. If we could have the St. Catherine's seniors and their parents please head towards the hurdle cart on the 20-yard line on the infield. St. Catherine's seniors and their parents head towards the hurdle carts at the 20-yard line closest to the pavilion.
Seniors being recognized here today. Always a cool sight to see, farewell kind of last year of track, and just giving them a round of applause for their actions.
Meter relay. Girls 4x100 meter relay. That will begin after we honor the boys, seniors, and their parents.
If you couldn't hear their 800 relay starting very soon.
Yeah, forward there. Lot to look forward.
Lot to look forward to there. That discus is very cool too, is to see these guys throwing those heavy metal balls very far. Man, those things are not light, and I'll tell you what, that is not easy task. Partner here, James is having some problems. James, what are you looking forward to today from these events?
um,
And their parents, if
yeah, I'm
you
gonna
would
be
head to
look.
the infield near the hurdle carts, that would be terrific. St. Christopher seniors and their parents, you're going to gather right at the gate. We're in lanes 7 and 8, and we'll move across once St. Catherine's is finished. So right at the gate next to the stands.
As I was saying, James, what are you looking forward to today?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the pole vaulting. A lot of the jumping too.
Yeah, incredible to see these very long jumpers. Well, folks, the weather cannot be better today. We got some blue skies, we got some couple clouds, but shouldn't be any problems. Seniors being recognized down there, St. Catherine's girls. Coach Lewis to the press box, please. Once again, Coach Lewis to the press box, please.
boys after the senior boys presentation and their parents' presentation.
So following the presentations for the seniors, we'll have the girls 4x8. Just awaiting the senior presentation here. Coach Lewis, to the press box, please. Helicopter overhead.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can I have your attention, please? The St. Christopher's and St. Catherine's athletic departments would like to take a minute to honor the seniors from outdoor track teams for their outstanding contributions to the athletic program. We would also like to take the time, especially, to recognize, thank, and honor our senior parents for their tireless support and overwhelming enthusiasm throughout each season. We are truly lucky to have you as part of our community and grateful to you for allowing us to teach and coach your sons and daughters. For the following seniors, please meet your parents on the infield. We will start with St. Catherine's. These 11 seniors have contributed approximately 50 years of track achievements and experience over their tenure on the team. Please join me in congratulating each member of the class of 2023 for all their hard work and dedication to the Saints program. Zana Anderson. Maggie Wallace. Elizabeth Baylor. Ellie Torrance. Eva Green. Abby Armstrong. Chelsea Brown. And now our captains. Becca Galbraith. McKay Magnus. Madeline Theodore. And our final St. Catherine's senior, Hampton Turton.
I believe now the senior boys will be recognized.
And let's give one more loud round of applause for our St. Catherine's senior track athletes. St. Christopher's. Harrison Baraka and his parents Tally and Dan. George Beck and his parents Lindley and Kobe. Captain Ford Clark and his parents Joel and James. Captain Stan Dodson and his parents Ricky and Richard. Michael Jimenez and his parents Christelle and Mike. Quentin Levy and his parents Christine and Mark. Nathan Morin and his parents Abby and Lee. Zach Murphy will be escorted by the headmaster, Mason Leckett. Luke Pickleberry and his parents Laura and Steve. Stephen Proctor and his mother Jen. And Holden Valerie will be escorted by Coach Ann Paulson. Unfortunately, Kate Petrus, one of our other 13 seniors, was sick today and was not able to make it. We want to honor him as well as his mother, Chrissy. But ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more round of applause to our senior track and field athletes and their parents.
Well, there you go. All of the seniors have been recognized, and the 800 will begin shortly. Five minutes until the first running events will begin here. James, what do you look at? What are you looking for in these running events?
What type of question?
One. James, what are you excited for in these running events?
Yeah, I'm really excited for
boys 4x8.
James, what are you looking forward to in these?
All right, let's see what we got.
Really excited for.
Athletes.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the 4x800 relay.
And wanted to thank James here for doing CPU today. Not an easy task. Collegiate will be in lane 1. St. Catherine's is lane 2. Freeman in lane 3. Collegiate in lane 4 here. Runners getting set. Ready to start here. Let's hope St. Catherine's can pull it out. And they're off.
Just so you know, when you hear the gun again, that means there's 1 lap left to go.
Straight line here, 4 runners.
Each person runs 2 laps.
2-lap relay here. Believe that it's Freeman girl in first place currently with St. Catherine's girl second.
Just about 100 meters in right now.
Okay, and then the guy from Collegiate's going to do it, right?
Yeah, the guy from Collegiate is. I left the clipboard down there at the mat.
Great, thank you.
With the
Coming around towards us, probably I'd say halfway done here. Of course, the field events are
Boys high jump.
End of the race here.
believe that is Madeline Garrett in first place. Remember her from my old school. Then right behind her is St. Catherine's. And then needs to be Collegiate in third. On the second, St. Catherine's in fourth place here. 1 lap has been completed, and they are on the second lap. Freeman maintaining that narrow lead.
Yeah, Freeman's looking pretty strong right now. See
Yep.
if I can keep this up.
Of course. Obviously, the distance and length of each relay is going to make difference of how fast they're running, and this seems like a longer race, so it's a slower pace here.
Yeah, it's going to tire him out pretty quick.
Indeed.
Coming up to the last 100 here.
Freeman still in the lead.
Is that St. Catherine's?
St. Catherine's is making a run.
Getting past at the last second. See if she can make it.
This is the first of 4, and she just has to pass the baton to the next St. Catherine's girl. Same with Freeman, and St. Catherine's has the lead.
First call, boys and girls, 100-meter dash.
St. Catherine's currently in first year. It's very, yes, of course.
As things finish, I'll print the results here for y'all to look at.
Okay. St. Catherine's has a pretty solid lead, I'd say, up pretty far ahead right now.
Just about halfway done with the first lap here.
It's 2 laps gone. This is the 3rd lap. Saints finished first in the first 2, and they look to finish first in the rest. Obviously. St. Catherine's the lead after his first lap is done. 3 laps in total. This would be the 4th. Saints track is very solid, as well as St. Catherine's. St. Catherine's and St. Chris.
Correct my last announcement. This is first call hurdles. First call boys and girls hurdles.
Remember, so we're giving the announcements for the relays that are going to happen. If you can catch those, then you'll know what's next. James?
Yeah, Freeman's just catching up to St. Catherine's up there right now.
Oh, yes. Freeman has the lead currently.
Bit of back and forth so far.
Yep. Coming down to the end of this 4th lap here.
Very close here.
And looks like Freeman will have the edge here. And we are officially halfway done with this first relay.
Really close end there for those 2.
Very competitive indeed. I, for one, enjoy track very much. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's very exciting. You know, you get to see all these people coming out from all these different schools. Like, for example, we got Freeman, Collegiate, St. Catherine's, and then
Churchill Academy.
Churchill.
Yeah, indeed.
It's just really great that we can see all these other schools and St. Catherine's just coming here, you know, doing some racing, jumping, throwing.
Some jumping, throwing heavy metal balls.
Yep.
Coming around the bend here, home stretch. Saints in the lead right now.
Coaches, athletes, spectators, there are snacks available.
Freeman not too far behind though.
In the small grass area on the entrance, near the entrance to the next to the entrance of the stand, we have drinks, and snacks, chips, and Chick-fil-A throughout the evening.
If you didn't hear that, lots of snacks around the area. Come on and get some. Nothing like a little Chick-fil-A in the afternoon. We are in lap 6 with the Saints in the lead. It's a very large lead for Eva Green, a senior.
Freeman's been pretty close behind for almost the entire race so far. See if they can try to come back here.
Eva Green is a very large lead right now. What is your personal favorite event, James?
I gotta say, probably that are gonna be played today or ran today. Probably
That'll call boys 4x100 meter relay. All boys 4x100 meter relay teams should be in the infield near the starting line. Second call,
long
boys
jump.
and girls hurdle. First call.
Oh, yes. Long jump is very exciting. All right. About to finish lap 6 here. Eva Green the lead, St. Catherine's in the lead. And they will hope to finish this off here. James enjoys the long jump. He's coughing profusely. Let's hope he's okay. Saints in the lead right now. Personally, my favorite is the pole vault.
Yeah.
I just like to see them. It's cool to see the elevation of the people. Those long metal poles. About halfway done here. Saints in the lead. Halfway down here in the final 2 laps.
Freeman catching up pretty quickly too. I think that's Freeman.
I believe that might be a lap. That she might have. I believe that person she has passed is 1 lap behind. And it's about to finish her 7th of 8 laps. 1 left to go. Lucas Kingsley on the camera today. Doing a good job. 1 lap to go, guys. It's been a very solid event so far for the Saints here. Kept the lead for majority of the relay and have it now. Let's see if they can finish this off here.
It looks like St. Catherine's has a pretty big lead right now. On Freeman, at least.
I believe that Collegiate, there is a Collegiate girl right behind, and I think she is 1 lap behind. So I think the Saints got this one in the bag. Again, Collegiate in lane 1, St. Catherine's lane 2, lane 3, Freeman, lane 4, Collegiate.
St. Catherine's coming up here.
It's about to finish.
About 50 meters left.
40, 30, 20, 10, and she's finished. St. Catherine's takes 1, I believe, in this first event. Very solid result there. 10:42.30 for the St. Catherine's. That is your first place time here.
Freeman coming in 50 meters away.
Freeman looking to finish 2nd. And Collegiate may be in 4th here.
Third place coming up. About 100 meters left. I think that's
It's Collegiate. You can tell by that green baton they're holding. Representative of the Cougars green. Last runner finishing up here.
about 100 meters.
Collegiate as well. Collegiate had multiple runners in this.
Boys, 4x800 meter relay teams on the track, please. Boys, 4x800 meter relay teams on the track.
We're now going to be moving into the boys 4x800 relay.
What? Boys 800 about to start. St. Christopher's will be in lane 1, Collegiate lane 2, St. Chris Middle School lane 3, Freeman lane 4, St. Chris Middle lane 5. So we have the scores for the previous event. St. Catherine's in first place with a 10:42:30 time. Freeman second with 11:10:12. Collegiate in third with 11:49:89. Those are your scores for the first relay. Second relay ready to start here. Boys 4x800 meter. We're off here. Boys relay all underway here.
Strong start from all runners.
Yes. Very speedy indeed. Look like McQueen out there. St. Chris has a couple of middle school runners in this event. I believe that is our St. Christopher's Upper School is in first place right now.
Just coming down to the 100-meter mark here.
Saints will in the lead after this first lap. Noah Smith of the middle school wins to the second place here for St. Christopher's. Coach Smith's younger
Last call for the boys and girls
brother.
hurdles. Last call, girls and boys hurdles. Second call, 100-meter dash.
Saints?
Saints in first and second place currently.
Yeah, Saints are looking really good right now.
Impressive to see these young middle schoolers competing with these upperclassmen even and succeeding as they are. Coming around the final stretch here. Saints in the top 2 spots.
Keeping this pace for so long, for about 800 meters, must be so difficult.
Looks like LT of the middle school just gotten the baton. Saints still in the first 2 spots here. Doing a very good job so far. Yeah. Already. This is one of the, if not the best 4x8 the middle school has ever had. So for St. Christopher, so it's really cool to see this live.
Oh yeah, for sure. Saints sitting at the top 2 spots for such a long time now. They have such a big lead. Very impressive.
Indeed, very impressive, James.
It's even more impressive that they are actually middle school or some middle schoolers in here.
Oh yes. Saints, we're through 3 laps here. Saints with first and second place right now. Freeman in third, Collegiate in fourth. And then St. Chris, other middle schooler in fifth.
Who are the people in red, St. Chris Penn? Is that middle school?
Saints first and second place, kept it this whole time, and then have a gargantuan lead.
Yeah, lead of about
Hey,
15
middle school team versus the seniors.
the Saints here still have around a 50 to 60 meter lead. They're really good.
Looking to finish off this first half of this relay. Saints in first and second place. And the Freeman remains in third, Collegiate in fourth.
I believe Stephen Proctor, the senior, is in first place right now. I might be wrong about that, but he's looking really good out there.
Yeah, it's very impressive first lap. It's probably the fastest we've seen out of someone so far, and he's looking very strong.
Very long strides.
Cole Monet for St. Christopher's Middle School here. Freeman in third. That finished their first lap, or fifth lap overall.
Collegiate coming in fourth.
What an impressive run here from senior St. Christopher's. I believe he's a senior. Showing off his potential. I believe I see him in a D1 jersey not too long from now. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Steven's probably. I can see him going places.
Oh yeah, what kind of places do you think?
That's a really good question.
Well, nevertheless, he is finished, and Saints are starting their fifth lap, I believe. I believe you can see him going to many D1 schools, including Virginia, Virginia Tech. You know, you got William and Mary, something like that. What do you think? James?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
I mean, I could really see him going anywhere, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Anywhere, yeah.
With that speed, he could probably be picked up anywhere.
That right. He won't even need a car when he's older. He can just run everywhere.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's a big save of gas.
Sure, yeah.
Of course. George Beck with the baton now. James Edwards, middle schooler. One of their middle schoolers running for the Saints right now. I believe the person in front of the Saints is a lap behind, so I believe we still have the lead here. George Beck looking to finish strong. believe this is I think that was it for the Saints, finishing first and second. So Saints go first and second place, first two events, I believe. And next up, we will have the girls 100 meters hurdles. Freeman finishing up here. Now, James, what do you like to do in your free time?
You know, I just love. I love watching track, man. Like, one of the most enjoyable.
Well, folks, you can see James loves track here.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Everything about it.
I think it's a very exciting sport to watch as well.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. Collegiate finishing up here.
Saints trying to catch him here.
And that'll do it for the boys 4x8. As I said before, the girls 100 meter hurdles is next, and we'll be back for that once we get this. Your scores from that previous event are St. Christopher's, the senior, with the 8:38.89 with 10 points. St. Christopher's Middle School finished second, 8:51.76, 8 points. Freeman finished third, 9:14.48, 6 points. And Collegiate finished fourth, 9:48.25, 4 points. Got Austin Dranowski here with a little guest appearance. Austin, what do you think about this track meet today?
It's shaping up to be a great meet. We've
Yeah.
been running really well. Yeah, we've been doing well here.
Yeah, we're doing well. William Sutton will be doing camera for the time being. And the 100 meters underway.
Looks
Oh,
like we took a bit of a tumble
one
there.
girl falls. Sienna Rankins of Stewart is going. Martha Jameson of Collegiate. Piper Shannon of St. Catherine's. Addison Purcell of Collegiate. Holly John of Freeman. And Sachi Davis of Stewart are the runners for that 100-meter hurdle. Or I guess the hurdlers of the 100-meter hurdle. Not much of a track veteran, unfortunately. Apologies for any mistakes made.
And we're gonna pass it back over to James soon.
Welcome back, James. Missed you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, hurdles go back towards the starting line. Raise
pretty
up
good
2
on those
notches
hurdles
and back
there.
towards the starting line, please.
Not really sure who won that. It was very,
Back to
very
the
quick, and I
blue marks. Thank
couldn't
you.
tell exactly. So, Stewart's in lane 2, Collegiate's in lane 3, St. Catherine's in lane 4, Collegiate lane 5, Freeman lane
Final
6,
call,
and
100
Stewart
meter
lane
dash.
7.
Final call, girls and boys 100 meter dash.
Folks, some cloud cover coming in here, and no rain expected, I don't believe, but yeah. Go James Seaman.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Ready for the second round of hurdles.
I don't think this one's hurdles, is it?
I believe it is hurdles. They're getting the hurdle set back up for the hurdles. About to start second round of hurdles here. This is the boys 100s. Sean Connor of Collegiate, Joshua Hawkins of Freeman, Durham Dotson, and Staten Dotson of St. Chris, Briggs Island St. Chris, Zay Davis of Collegiate, and Henry Nelson of St. Chris Middle. And we are about to begin the hurdles.
Looks like maybe a false start.
Not sure if, yeah, it could be disqualification there. Saints and everyone else waiting to begin here. Once again, we have Sean Connor, Joshua Hawkins, Durham Dodson, Staten Dodson, and Briggs Ireland, Zay Davis, and Henry Nelson. Lane 1, Collegiate. Lane 2, Freeman. Lane 3 and 4 and 5 are St. Christopher's. Lane 6 is Collegiate. And Lane 7 is St. Chris Middle School. Not sure what the delay is here, but we're being held up by something. Looks like we're about to begin here. Any second now. And here we go. Looks like Saints are in the first and second place here. And I believe they finished first and second there. Not sure about the other places, but Saints finished first and second.
Great race for the Saints there.
Indeed.
Fantastic. Thank you for your help. 100-meter dash final.
The girls 100-meter dash about to come underway, and for section 1 to 4, we have Sanvi Gurushetty, Taylor Powell, and Vrusha Pramad.
It's basically the best.
Okay. And the first section is underway here. And
So this girl probably had no time, and now this is her first time running, so you never know her time.
looks like Churchill girl, Taylor Powell, seemed to have won that with the two other girls coming in second and third. We got section 2 now of the girls 100-meter. Lane 1, Alex Garrison. Lane 2, Sachi Davis. Lane 3, Lillian Harder. Lane 4, Haley Safaran. Lane 5, Lauren Bennett. Lane 6, Jane Garretts. And lane 7, Riley Torrance.
Guest commentate.
Oh, no. Henry. Don't just say something. Henry, it's fine. And we're underway here for the section 2.
Henry Russell makes a guest appearance in the box.
Henry Russell could say hi. And Saints look to have taken the first, second, and third place there.
Henry's a great runner. Won the 400. 800.
Russell won the 800 of the last meet for St. Christopher's. It's a very athletic young man. Section 3, we got Carlin Miles of Collegiate. We got Darcy Gates of St. Catherine's. We got Kamora Stokes of Freeman. We got Abby Mayer of Collegiate. Kennedy Sutton of St. Catherine's. Eva Brown of Freeman. Niana Harris, St. Catherine's. And Sienna Rankins of Stewart. Lane 1, Collegiate. Lane 2, St. Catherine's. Lane 3, Freeman. Lane 4, Collegiate. Lane 5, St. Catherine's. Lane 6, Freeman. Lane 7, St. Catherine's. Lane 8, Stewart. This is the third heat of the girls 100-meter dash. And we are underway.
Pretty close run right now.
Looks like Kamora Stokes, I believe that was, of Freeman finishing first there with Kennedy Sutton, I want to say, in second.
Yeah, Henry, what'd you think of that race?
Henry, was that a... Henry's a bit shy. It's all right. And section 4, Emmeline Harder of St. Catherine's, Leslie Armstrong of St. Catherine's, Kyla Coffey of Collegiate, Hampton Turton of St. Catherine's, Taylor Meredith of St. Catherine's, Adriana Walker of St. Catherine's, Shinyir Onkuwechkwa of Collegiate, and Whitney Clarkson of Collegiate. How do you expect me to say that last name? That lane... About to be underway here. And I believe that St. Chris looks like they'll finish first here. First and second place for St. Christopher's there. Great piece of running there. And I believe that will conclude the girls 100-meter dash. Next, we have the boys 100-meter dash. Once again, the boys 100-meter dash here. Mohab Riyad of Freeman, Dylan Griffin of Stewart, Kaheem Smith of Churchill, Jackson Rami of Stewart, Sutton Magnus of St. Christopher's, Nathan Bridges of Stewart, Slade Kisner of St. Christopher's, and Emerson Iwashna of Stewart.
I believe Nathan Bridges actually... never mind.
And we're going off for your fast start here. Looks good for the Saints. Finish strong up. That's Sutton Magnus. That's Sutton Magnus going to finish first there. Great work from the freshman. Oh, yeah.
And what I was saying before,
Sutton showing off the wheels there. Henry Russell, what you think that was very fast? Henry says it was pretty fast.
I don't blame him.
Neither do I. And for section 2, we got John Thompson of St. Christopher's, Minnie Jenkins Churchill, Hamilton George, St. Christopher's, Jordan Peterson of Collegiate, Constantinos Cavanis of St. Christopher's, Devon Singleton of Churchill, Riley Carter of Stewart, and Jack Rickers of St. Christopher's. Lots of freshmen there from St. Christopher's, hoping they can do well. Most looking forward to Hamilton George. Like to see him finish first.
I believe Hamilton George actually won a race back in indoor track. See if you can pull that back.
Let's see. Overall, the slowest time was Bjorn Peterson of Collegiate. Why is he have 2 S's? All right.
I have really high
Folks.
hopes here for Hamilton George.
Also known as Hammy. He's got a little reputation around these parts. Known for his speed out there. And we're off for the races now.
Hamilton George. I think he's in first.
Oh my. And it looks like Saints will believe finish first. That is okay. Riley Carter of Stewart actually finished first. I think Constantinos Cavanas finished as second for St. Christopher's. The section 3 and 4, we have Elijah Asari of St. Christopher's, Owen Amrine of Freeman, Jack Bleacher of St. Christopher's, Khalil Nash of St. Christopher's, Harrison Bray of Collegiate, Eric Brown of St. Christopher's, George Julius of St. Christopher's, and Jordan Surratt of Churchill. So lots of St. Christopher's competitors in this Heat 3 here. Really looking for George Julius to finish in first.
Henry, what did you think of Hamilton's performance last race?
Khalil will not be running this due to a injury. Henry believes that Hamilton is very fast. Lane 1, St. Chris. Lane 2, Freeman. Lane 3, St. Chris. Lane 4, St. Chris. Lane 5, Collegiate. Lane 6, St. Chris. And lane 7, I think, will be Churchill. Looks like we're ready to get underway here. And we are underway. Very fast pace. It's going to be a close finish. I believe Eric Brown might have edged that out. Or not Eric Brown. Jack Bleacher might have won that one just by a margin. Ooh. Who's that? Just like they finished in the Cars movie, if you haven't seen when McQueen passes with his tongue to tie it.
Yeah, Henry.
Henry, what are your thoughts on that race? What are your thoughts? Henry doesn't have any thoughts, apparently. That's unfortunate.
Henry, are you a big fan of Cars?
Henry does not look like he looks like he's too shy for the camera. Did you put that? All right. Got the fourth section here. Got Kevin Chena of Freeman. We got Zay Davis of Collegiate, Cole Chiswick of Freeman, Jacob Zoller of St. Christopher's, Victor Olson of St. Christopher's, Dunning Gold of Collegiate, Tate Nelson of Freeman, and Brandon Anderson of Collegiate. Let's hope Jacob Zoller can pull this out, known for his speed, of course. Let's see what he's got. It's a pleasant day for some running. And we are underway. And Jacob Zoller is clearly in the lead here. And that was a blowout victory for Jacob Zoller. And Henry, what do you think about Jacob Zoller's speed there?
Pretty fast.
Pretty fast, Henry says. Coming from a legend.
Henry, the 800
7-11 for Jacobs All. Sub 11 for Jacobs All. 10-8-8. That is a solid score.
Henry, you think you could run faster than that?
Henry does not think he could beat that score.
Henry just needs to have some confidence in himself.
Henry needs to keep that self-esteem up, big guy. He'll do great things one day. All right. Next up, we got the girls 1,600 meter run. We got Rosie Farrow of Collegiate, Caroline Wolf of St. Catharines, M.K. Myers of Collegiate, Sierra Hancock of Freeman, Ann Lewis of Collegiate, Turner Clark of St. Catharines, Henley Schumidine of Freeman, Malone Morchower of Collegiate, Destapina, St. Catharines, Sadie Morgan, St. Catharines, Janie Feeler, St. Catharines, Coco Butler, St. Catharines, Macy Boyer, Collegiate, Katriana Flynn of Freeman, Grace Boak of Collegiate, Annabelle Burnham of Freeman, and Anita Henley of Freeman.
Henry, I don't think we're
Right
getting
here.
enough talk from you yet. Can you just give us your thoughts, man? Like, what do you think about so far? Like,
Henry says it's fine. He's not really looking at the current track meet.
I don't want to listen to the top 6. Is that
Got some scores coming out of the printer here. Kind of getting them as we go here. And this was the girls 100 meters in first place. We had Hampton Turner of St. Catharines. Second place, Adriana Walker of St. Catharines. Third place, Kyla Coffey of Collegiate. Fourth place, Taylor Merritt of St. Catharines. Fifth place, Taylor Powell of Churchill. And sixth place, Kamora Stokes of Freeman. And in the 100-meter dash for the men, boys, Jacob Zoller in first place for St. Christopher's. Dunning Good for second place for Collegiate. Victor Ollis in third place for St. Chris. Zay Davis in fourth for Collegiate. Tate Nelson fifth for Freeman. And Cole Chiswick in sixth for Freeman. 1,600 about to get underway here. Got some music coming in. And we'll go on a pause, I believe, for the time being. Wait, are they going? And the 1,600 has apparently started with the music playing.
really fast run
yeah.
going off here.
Not sure why they're running when there is.
I may not be able to catch it nice.
Why are they? So the 1,600 is, of course, 1 mile or 4 laps on this track. And you got some tunes in the background. Some bops.
Henry, we have to know, are these tunes approved?
Henry, yes. What do you rate these tunes? Henry does not want to rate these tunes.
Give it like a 5.
I believe that is Collegiate in first place coming around the first lap, and St. Catharines in the middle of the pack here. Too many girls to keep track of. I feel like it's just hard to keep track of everything that's going on. There's a lot of people.
Student Hugh Cook has just entered the office or the box. Hugh, you haven't really been here for too long, but what do you think of the race so far? How do you think everyone's doing?
I think it's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah?
Hugh approves.
Who do you think's going to win this one?
I don't know. Looks like it could be anything.
The boys' triple jump from earlier. We had Bishop Foster of Collegiate in first, Durham Dodson in second for St. Chris, Henry Rice in third for St. Chris. Fourth place was Colin Wishnack for St. Chris Middle School, Brandon Watson, Collegiate Middle, or Collegiate. Sixth, Elijah Asari for St. Christopher's, and seventh, Colton Parham for Collegiate. And the St. Christopher's is currently up by 18 against Collegiate in the overall score. And looks like got Collegiate's in first currently.
Looks like the second lap's about to be.
Freeman's in second and third. And the Saints, fastest runners in fourth right now. The girls' triple jump from earlier, we had Eva Brown of Freeman finishing first. Nicole Murphy as well, also from Freeman, finishing second. Olivia Garrett's also from Freeman, finishing third. Sophia Cray of Collegiate finishing fourth. Reese Fleming finishing fifth for Collegiate, and Samantha McCullen finishing sixth for Collegiate. And for the women's scores so far in this track meet, Freeman in first, Collegiate in second, St. Catherine's in third, but it's a very close score so far. Henry, how close would you say this is?
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Henry, can we get you on the microphone? We just really want to have an interview.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
No, I'm just hanging out here till I have
Hugh, do you want to go on the microphone? You want to be on an interview? Okay. Well,
How much longer do I have? I'm almost on my lunch break. I have 22 minutes. Saints coming on this third lap here.
might have to bring a fan up from the bleachers here to get an interview.
Henry, would you like to go get a fan? Henry would not like to go get a fan. How about Hugh? Would you like to go get a fan?
Nah.
All right.
Can you be our fan? Okay.
Coming around here, this third lap looks like Collegiate remains in first. St. Catherine's down in second, excuse me. That's fine, it's fine.
Look at them go.
Freeman in third here. Freeman in fourth as well. And Collegiate fifth. St. Catherine's sixth. St. Catherine's seventh. Collegiate eighth. Collegiate ninth. Freeman 10th. And the other three are a little farther behind. I'll get those people when they come around. In terms of first place, Freeman, St. Christopher's.
Yeah, they're doing great out there. Henry, have you ever ran the 1600 race in a meet before?
Henry has not run the 1600 race. Very interesting to see. Henry, what race is your favorite?
I don't really know.
Henry does not know what race is his favorite. Very interesting for someone who runs so much.
Hugh, what's your favorite race?
I'm not sure either, actually.
If you had to pick one that you've seen today, what's your favorite race out of
This
those?
one, because it's the only one I've seen today.
The girls' long jump scores have just come in here. In first place, we had Asay Getty of St. Catherine's. Second place, Kyla Coffey of Collegiate. You want to do it? Third. Say it.
Yeah, we got Abigail Hoffa Kamir, Abby Mayer, Olive. Oh, okay. Abigail Hoffheimer from Freeman, Abby Mayer from Collegiate, Olive Scherer from Freeman, Anna Grace Shea from Collegiate. Henry, you want to read those out?
Addie Borden from Freeman. Allie Adamson from St. Catherine's. AC Hall from Collegiate. Chloe Kurzawa for St. Catherine's. Jasmine Grimaldo for Churchill. Sachi Davis for Stewart. And Carlin Miles for Collegiate. I believe in this 1600, Freeman finished first, St. Catherine's finished second, so not bad.
Henry, who you got winning this one?
Henry does not know who he has winning.
Okay.
Who is he rooting for, Henry? Henry, who are you rooting for?
St. Catherine's?
He's rooting for St. Catherine's, of course.
St. Catherine's from Hugh. All right. I'm honestly gonna go with Freeman here. No, I'm gonna switch it up.
Next, we have the boys 1600, which competing in those will be Aiden Cassidy of Freeman, Ian Gilstrap of Freeman, Matthew Wozniak of Freeman, Adita Shaw of Freeman, Gray Belding of Freeman, Tate Wilson of St. Christopher's, Thomas Harrison of Collegiate, Chase Gill of Collegiate, Thomas Gallahan of Collegiate, Malachi Satile of Churchill, and Justin Enzeminger of Collegiate.
is showing out there.
Victor Olson is in the booth. Great event he had earlier. The 100. Yeah, finished third, I believe. Second. Third or second.
Henry, you think he could beat Victor in the 100 now?
Henry does not believe he could beat Victor in the 100.
First and second for all boys and girls 4x100 meter relays.
How about you, Hugh? You think you can beat Victor in the 100?
I don't think I could. I'm not quite the runner.
It's a no from Hugh as well.
Man, it's just a fine day for some running, you know, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen watching this stream today. It's a pleasure being with you guys, and look forward to the ride. Hoorah!
I think we have an interview here with Henry.
Henry Russell, professional trail runner.
Please. Do some Q&A with Hugh Cook.
Ask me a question.
Hugh, what kind of sports do you play in your free time?
I don't really play many sports.
Okay, what do you do in your free time?
Honestly, I don't really do much in my free time.
So what do you do with your free time?
I study. I play some chess.
Sounds fun. Okay.
Not much of an athlete.
All right, yes.
Anyways, back to the
Unfortunately, we couldn't get our interview with Henry Russell.
Unfortunately, Henry Russell was not able to do the interview. Hopefully we'll catch him on the next one. But we'll have a update for you as these runners come around here for the men's 1600. Men's, boys 1600.
I can see Henry Russell out there in a year or two. Strong runner.
Bright future for young Russell.
4x100 meter relay teams. As soon as this race is over, we're going to have all the number 2 runners go over to where the shed is. If they begin
That,
with the straight back straight.
Freeman in first and second here. Third is St. Chris, and Freeman is making the rest. Then you have Collegiate, and Collegiate. Gotta talk a little high here because Mr. Ware is talking.
Henry, you think you have any fun nicknames you like to call yourself by?
Henry, what are your favorite nicknames? Sussel Russell is a very... He's known for Sussel Russell. And
I've heard he likes.
Alright, turn up the.
he's also known as Bruce Wayne from time to time.
Also known as Barry Allen.
Stop. Henry Russell, also one of those names. Freeman bringing up the first and second place here,
Hugh, we just got some.
as well as the third and fourth.
We got some fun nicknames from Henry. How about you? You have any fun nicknames you like to go by?
You know, Coach Wright calls me Huey.
Huey.
Yeah. The lifting coach calls me that.
Coach Wright or?
Yeah, Coach Wright.
Coach Wright, big strong man.
Henry is a runner by day, superhero by night, defending. And we are back here. Freeman seems to be taking the top spots. Henry Russell does not go by any of those names. That was all a joke. Don't worry, folks. He no longer goes by those names.
He did at one point.
He may in the future, but currently he does not.
He's leaving it in his past.
Yes, Freeman first and second here, as they've been the whole entire race. Nothing's changed.
James, I have a question for you. Who do you think will win this race?
I gotta say, I think there might be an injury here, and Henry Russell's gonna have to be subbed in.
Henry Russell might be making an appearance here very shortly. Who knows?
Tate, go with him, Tate!
Go on, Tate.
Come on, Tate!
Finish it.
I think that's actually Henry Russell's godfather right there.
Now James,
Voice crack.
Henry Russell just had a voice crack.
sports you like to play?
Oh yeah, I love to run track.
What's your mile time?
Oh, my mile time, it's about 14 minutes.
Yeah, mine's 11 minutes. So, James, what else do you like to do?
I don't really like to do anything else.
That's unfortunate.
James plays a lot of video games in his basement.
I do indeed. I love
You like
playing.
to play? You like to play some Fortnite?
Oh yeah, all the time. I love to
I
play.
indeed love the game. What are you on?
Switching cameraman here.
Oh, yeah, you're right here. You want to take my spot?
I got 10 minutes.
Okay, dude. Like,
I got
you
10
just gotta play it so literal. And we're back here.
We now have a new cameraman, which is
Hugh is now the cameraman, Hugh Cook, and freshman at St. Christopher's.
graduating in the year 2026.
Yes, he is a graduating in 2026 because he's a freshman. And that looks like the 1600 concluded. Not even sure who won that. Next we have the girls 4x1.
Right now.
St. Catherine's Lane 2. Lane 3 Freeman. Lane 4 St. Catherine's Lane
No, James, what are your
for the first section.
commentator in this game?
Oh, I think I'm a commentator.
Are you good at
What are
commentating?
you doing? Are those Henry Russell's?
How good would you say you are at commentating?
Yeah, back to the question about video games. I love to play. I love to play Batman Arkham Knight. I play that with Henry.
Henry Russell is the Arkham Knight.
All right,
Arkham Russell.
James, any other game?
Batman Arkham.
Batman Arkham City, Batman Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, all of these with the main banner.
Here's
Henry Russell.
And
Now, Henry Russell, what are some other video games that you like?
what are some games that you like to play, Henry?
Definitely not Batman games.
Henry does like to play Batman games. He says, "What do you play, Minecraft, bud?"
I can play Fortnite.
I'm not asking.
Okay, sir.
Henry like to suggest that I'm a large gamer, which would be incorrect. I actually don't play video games.
Very correct.
He was also
I'm not gonna say. Okay. Actually, we're not gonna say that. Like what? What is that?
Girls 4x1, section 1, St. Catherine's lane 2, St. Catherine's E lane 2, Freeman B lane 3, St. Catherine's D lane 4, and Collegiate B lane 5.
Play.
Ian, make sure you got a red light.
Girls 100 4x1 about to get started here. We got some clouds coming in. The storm may be closing. And we are underway for the girls 4x1. Looking to, they pass the baton there. The Louis baton of all.
Henry, can you do something with the sky, make the rain clouds go away?
Henry, could you please tell the rain to go away coming another day?
May as well sing the song.
Henry, do you have experience with Minecraft?
Henry. Okay, and we're coming around the bend here.
Oh, yeah. Looking strong.
That's Collegiate in first, St. Chris in second, St. Catherine's, God, my apologies, and St. Catherine's in third. Section 2, lane 1, St. Catherine's, lane 2, Collegiate, lane 3, Freeman, lane 4, St. Catherine's, lane 5, St. Catherine's. And the section 2 of the girls 4x1 meter set to begin. Sorry for saying St. Christopher's instead of St. Catherine's. They have the girls are wearing the St. Christopher's jerseys, and it kind of threw me off. So.
I forgive you.
If you're on the infield, please step away from the starting line, please.
Yep. Henry, do you think you're gonna be running later today? And if so, which which race?
Running the 800 and the 4x4.
Henry will be running the 800 and 4x4 wheeler.
some technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
women's 400 about to start here. For Freeman, we have Marianne Vora. For Stewart, we have Shreya Natarajan. And for Churchill, we have Jasmine Grimaldo up here in the women's 400. Stewart? Okay. So we will have section 2 for the girls 400. We have Kenan Tollett from St. Catherine's, Ashley Wu from Freeman, Carlin Miles from Collegiate, Blakely Frankenhoff from St. Catherine's, and Shreya Natarajan from Stewart. Just about to get started here.
So Natarajan from Stewart is in lane 1. She was in the first section, but 2 of those scratched, so she had to move to the second section. So, and now we have 5 girls in section 2.
Appears to be a St. Catherine's runner in the lead currently. Pretty solid lead heading around the curve here.
It's tough to see where we are, what lane is there, so hopefully once they turn we can see who is who. Coop, the leader's lane 4, so that should be Carlin Miles.
From St. Catherine's.
No, she's Collegiate, actually.
Oh, she is Collegiate.
Yes.
My apologies. And right behind her
is Blakely Frankenhoff is right on her heels, trying to catch her. Coming up, Frankenhoff almost there. Oh, yep. And it looks like Frankenhoff might have got her at the stripe there. Woo.
Yeah. Followed by Wu, Tollett, and Natarajan.
I tell you what, the 400 is not a race for somebody that doesn't want to give their all, because it takes all of their energy to get around this track.
Yeah.
In one fell swoop. So
it's a sprint, but still a pretty long distance.
Exactly. Tough race. So, Coop, who do you have coming up in Section 3? What do those lanes look like?
In Section 3, we have Parker McMahon for Freeman in lane 1. Lane 2, we have Addie Morton for Freeman, followed by Vivienne Broughton in lane 3, also from Freeman. And then in lane 4, we have Anna Grace Shaya from Collegiate.
Lane 5, Chinyuri. And we're not going to try to pronounce that last name. Don't want to disrespect her. Not going to be able to do it. And lane 6 is Piper Clemens of St. Catherine's, a 7th grader. So
Boys 400.
Pretty impressive to be in lane 6.
Intermediate hurdles.
So we have somebody out early here. Coop, man, she is running. Again, tough to tell with the lane. It looks like that may be lane 1.
Solid lead going around.
That's Parker McMahon of Freeman.
Turn 1. Looks like she's followed by a Collegiate runner in the green.
And the rain is pretty steady here right now as well. So hopefully we can stay online with you guys. But we have to protect our equipment, so don't want to get our camera messed up. But we'll stay with you as long as we can. And yes, that is Parker of Freeman. And here comes Collegiate right behind her as well.
Chiniere trying to hawk her down.
Yes, she
it's gonna
does.
Be a close finish. And Chiniere might pull in front here. And she does.
Like she does. Yes, Collegiate takes that one. Nips
Third
Freeman.
place is Anna Grace Shia. So really tight finish there at the end. Chiniere is able to close it out. And coming up here in Heat 4, we have Emmeline Harder for St. Catherine's. Abby Armstrong, also from St. Catherine's in lane 2, and followed by Chelsea Brown, again from St. Catherine's in lane 3. Then we have Emily Begaro and Reese Fleming from Collegiate, finally followed by Wallace Carey from St. Catherine's.
All right, so this is our fastest heat, so it should be our best race. So the top seed time in this one is by far is Chelsea Brown of St. Catherine's, a senior. 101.27 is her best time. The next best time is a 103.81, Emily Begaro. So a heavy favorite here is Chelsea Brown.
All the time still very quick. So it should be a good one. Not sure how much parity there is to track. Although you can assume that typically it'll play out as the seeds do.
He's been having a lot of. He's been firing some blanks. He said. Easy.
Shot is fired, and we're off here.
See Chelsea Brown right in the middle there, Coop. Just a nice, smooth. You can tell she's just nice, smooth start.
Pacing herself.
Yep, not getting off too fast. It looks like Collegiate may be out in front.
I believe so. That could be either Emily Begaro or Reese Fleming. Both are freshmen for Collegiate.
So you would expect Chelsea to turn it on, Brown to turn it on right now for St. Catherine's on this turn. Let's see what happens.
Collegiate runner with a pretty substantial lead heading
Yeah.
into the turn. Chelsea Brown does turn it up. But looks like Emily Begaro is going to be able to. And Begaro does finish it out.
Absolutely. Great job there from the freshman.
Yeah, really good to be able to hawk down a 101 runner. Really good race there. And we are about to move over to the boys 400.
Well, we got 3 sections of that, Coop.
We do. In the first one, we're going to have Jack Yarts of Freeman in lane 1, followed by Jackson Ramey of Stewart in lane 2, Tommy Lugren of St. Chris in lane 3. Noah Duffy of Freeman in lane 4. Holden Curtis of Freeman in lane 5. And Bowen Reynolds of Freeman in lane 6. Runners are lining up now.
Yeah. Man, pretty cold and cool day for a May 3rd?
Yeah.
It was really warm in late April, and now it feels like fall out here today. So
Yeah, the past few months have been pretty all over the place in terms of weather.
I know the athletes prefer a little warmer day. Don't want it too hot, don't want it too cold, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, so they gotta deal with it. But would like it to be a little bit warmer, so hopefully this will pass through and give us a little sun here.
Everyone from the beginning to the end.
And there's the whistle, so should be getting going here soon. So we only have 3 runners, so we had a few scratch.
Yeah, pretty tight turn here. Although it looks like whoever is in the far left lane, I think that's Tommy Luren, apologies, is off to a pretty good start here.
They got going hard. I'm really interested to see how much they have left when they make the final turn.
He has the fastest time here of a 101.69 in this first heat and has the lead going into the third turn.
And Freeman is out front. And don't know the other 2 shirts. Don't know what school they're with. It don't have a name on those. 5 and 6. Lane 5 and 6 should be Holden Curtis of Freeman and Bowen Reynolds of Freeman. So that was I believe that was a all Freeman race from what we know from our timesheet here. But we had a lot of scratches on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be six people in that one.
Deplenished group there. Second heat here, we'll have John Mason in lane 1 from St. Christopher's.
I would say that's Bjorn Peterson.
Probably from Collegiate in lane 2, followed by Nathan Parker and Anderson Gates of St. Christopher's in lanes 3 and 4 respectively. Devin Morin in lane 5 and Sutton Magnus in lane 6 from St. Christopher's. Morin is from Freeman.
All right, so heavy St. Chris section here.
All but 2 runners.
Let's see if we can come out on top here.
Nathan Parker has the highest time on paper with a 57.84. He will be in lane 3.
I tell you what, Coop, these headphones are nice to have on right now. My ears were real cold. I was out there taking photos and video, and coming to the press box and putting these on. This makes me feel pretty good.
I bet. Underway here.
So now 5 runners, and it looks like 4 St. Chris.
I believe that is the Freeman runner at the back.
Maybe a collegiate, just based on the colors. Looks like Parker's pulling out front. JT Mason is catching up as well in lane 1, it looks like, for St. Chris.
It's going to look like a St. Chris 1-2 punch here, assuming things stand the way they are.
So were you standing there for the 4x1?
Parker followed by Mason around the third corner. Pretty close, though. They look neck and neck here. Collegiate runner hawking them down.
Here we go. Parker is trying to hold on, and now we have another Saint coming up from the back. That's Anderson Gates. And look at the kick.
Anderson Gates pulls in front and gets the dub.
Look at the kick. Anderson Gates, the junior. Wow.
Really good job there to just turn on the Jets.
For those that have run a 400, you know how hard that is to do what Anderson just did. That was tough.
Here in the third and final heat, probably the fastest heat, we're going to have Hunter Garnett from St. Chris in line 1, followed by Elisha Asari in lane 2. Forward Clark in lane 3, Avi Gupta in lane 4, Zach Murphy in lane 5, and Matthew Noble in lane 6. All are from St. Chris.
All right. Know a lot of these guys. Coach Murphy a couple years. Asari is a football, basketball, track budding star for us as well, only a freshman. One of his buddies I was down on the field said he wanted 52 from him. He said, no, he is not touching 52. His seat time is only 55, 54. So, yes, 52 would be unbelievable, especially in these conditions. So, but we'll see what he has.
Ford Clark's time is a 52. So, yeah, some real speed on him.
Ford was over competing in the high jump earlier today. So let's see if I can't tell if he's out there or not. It doesn't look like he is. I see Gupta.
Another heat that looks like with scratches.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ford Clark. That is Ford Clark. I'm thinking Ford Hunter. My apologies, viewers. Ford Hunter is a sophomore. He was participating in the high jump. Got 2 forwards on the team. I got confused there. So, yeah, Ford Clark, a captain. The best mid-distance and distance runner that we have.
Gun sounds and we're off.
Gupta is out fast.
Yeah, he overtakes Murphy and looks like Matthew Noble.
Wow, look at Clark. He is just so smooth.
And
Look
Clark
at him pull out.
soon in the lead there.
Garnett's hanging in there.
Yeah, Garnett and Gupta following Clark here. Clark has a pretty sizable lead here into the final stretch.
And there's Clark in lane 3, really pushing. Hunter Garnett hanging in there. Asari is coming in up in third now. Gupta is fading a little bit. Asari trying to catch Garnett for second, and he looks like he does.
A really good job there by Asari.
Wow. You saw right there how tough that race is. It's like a piano jumps on your back on that final straightaway. It's just so hard. So next up, they'll be setting up the hurdles here soon. Girls 300 hurdles, 2 sections of 4.
The first section is going to be 3 Freeman runners. Holly John, Mila Lemu, Ren Carter, and Sienna Rankins for Stewart is going to be the lone non-Freeman competitor.
All right, so we'll take a pause right now as they set up the hurdles.
This is StC TV, the one and only streaming service for St. Christopher's athletics. From varsity sports to middle school sports, we've got you covered.
They rush the corner! Oh, no!
There's Nash looking to run.
And
he hurdles him! And it is deep. Out. Saints are state champs. He's got a lot of space. It's wide open. Touchdown, Saints! And that's it! He's hyped!
As always, thank you for tuning in. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the stream.
Man, it's really getting annoying. Like these mountain bikers are using their bikes in the halls to bike to class. Like it's just getting ridiculous at this point.
So excited for this team breakfast, guys. Can't wait to eat some pancakes.
Sorry guys, I'm all out of pancakes today.
Sorry, y'all, I just like pancakes.
We have a girls 300 hurdles coming up now. Appears to be only 2 runners lined up. Looks like both are from Freeman.
And great job by our coaching staff to get the track set up so quickly. Coach Ware is running all over the place, as well as our manager Michael Jimenez is awesome. So thanks to all of the coaches and volunteers for helping everything go smoothly.
Sun is coming out here, so I believe
Beautiful.
That's the last of the rain we'll get tonight.
I hope so. It's nice.
Warmed up a little bit too.
There they go. Had a little bit of not a false start, but she heard the gun and then settled a little bit. So I'm going to guess that that's Ren Carter that is out front for Freeman. Looks like that's lane 4.
Looks like she's followed by lane 2 maybe.
Looks like Holly John. And she's come back very quickly. So the 2 teammates battling here. One more set of hurdles.
John looks like she's taking the lead here late in the race. Still very close.
Neck and neck. Let's see who's got the kick. One more hurdle. And John takes it.
Looks like Carter kind of accepting the defeat there. Just stepping over that hurdle.
Again, another tough race to do.
I can only imagine. Those things are about as tall as me.
Well, I tell you, don't sell yourself short, Coop. You're a wrestler, so I mean, what is it? 6 minutes, 5 minutes if you go full?
6.
6 minutes is. If you don't get a pin or get them out of there quickly, it is a war in terms of just being physically ready to compete. So
we have Heat 2 here.
All right, we're going now. Could catch up to him. Here we go.
Looks like we have 2 St. Catherine's runners. Maybe a Freeman runner in there.
So
or
it's Purcell from Collegiate, Gaddy from St. Catherine's, Baylor, St. Catherine's, and Clarkson from Collegiate.
Only 3 are racing.
And Gaddy is out front right now for St. Catherine's. She looks smooth.
Pretty substantial lead.
Gaddy's only a freshman, I believe. No, she's a sophomore, St. Catherine's.
She's followed relatively closely by Baylor.
She'll take it, and Baylor not far behind.
And Clarkson for Collegiate comes up in 3rd.
So that worked out pretty much to seed time, as Gaddy had the best seed time in that one of 50.77. So now we'll head to the boys' 300 hurdles. And you may have heard that Coach Ware said the hurdles go up a couple of notches. 2 notches, as he just said again, 2 notches. So the staff needs to get those hurdles back up. And for the boys in 2 sections. Again, 8 runners. Hopefully no scratches on this one. We'll see.
The first one appears to be 3 runners. Jacob Andrews from Freeman in lane 2. Sean Connor from Collegiate in 3, and Riley Carter from Stewart in lane 4.
So interesting matchup here, Coop, because the lane 2 and lane 4 do not have a time that is recorded this season. So really don't know what to expect from them.
Looks like we do have 2 runners. Or we have all 3 lined up here.
Yes.
So, should be a good one here. Sean Connor, the lone timed person with a 57.93. A little stumble there, recovery, but does lose some ground. I think that's a Stewart runner who just lost a little bit of ground, and looks like Freeman's Andrews.
He's way out in front.
Way out in front. Followed by Carter, the freshman from Stewart. And in 3rd, we have Connor from Collegiate.
A nice run there from Andrews of Freeman.
Connor tags the hurdle, but we'll finish here. So coming up here in heat number 2, George Julius, the freshman for St. Chris.
That's SID right there, baby.
George. SID alumnus.
Yes, you might have saw the commercial about him. We'll play it if you haven't. You don't have it up here right now. Yeah, we'll get that up on here for him. That's our guy.
And lane 2 is going to be Brandon Watson, the senior from Collegiate, followed by Briggs Ireland and Durham Dodson from St. Chris, and Joshua Hawkins from Freeman in lane 5. Watson, Ireland, and Dodson all have very similar times. 45:01, 44:54, and 44:80, so we could see a very good race here, at least according to their seed times. And all 5 runners appear to be competing.
Durham Dotson out front right now, looking smooth.
Briggs Ireland overtakes Hawkins from Freeman and is now looking to chase down Dodson. Could be a tall task here, though. And Collegiate's Watson has really come out of nowhere here and overtaken Ireland.
Dodson looks good, finishing up strong.
And Hawkins also moves into the third place here. And Ireland and George Julius finish it up. It's a really good job there by Durham Dodson. Just able to push through there. Wasn't really challenged. Kept everyone at an arm's length.
Yeah, Coach Ware said that's a big-time PR for him. So looking forward to seeing those times this evening. I'm sure Coach Ware get those results up on Milestat, so you guys will be able to see that. We'll get them up on Twitter and the website as well.
So up next, we have the girls 800.
17 competitors for that one.
Section 1 has 9, so going to be hopefully pretty competitive. Lots of good times there.
Yeah, the first thing I noticed is 3 8th graders in the section, and 4 seniors. So that's pretty interesting.
Bowen Suro from Collegiate has a 2:36.32, and Eleanor Blackwood, an 8th grader from St. Catherine's, has a 2:36.74.
Wow.
So it could be pretty tight there.
These are your intermediate hurdle results from top 6.
Awesome. All right, so results are in for the girls 300-meter hurdles. So 5th was Ren Carter with 101.91. Holly John of Freeman was 4th with 59.59. 3rd was Whitney Clarkson of Collegiate, 55.35. 2nd, Elizabeth Baylor, St. Catherine's, 52.23. And the champ was Asiye, I believe, Gaddy of St. Catherine's, 50.51. So great job there from Gaddy.
Great job from all competitors.
And that actually beats her seed time. Her seed time was 50.77, so she saved off a couple of attempts.
And is seed time a PR or is that an average?
Usually it's your PR. It's your best time.
So that could be your PR there.
Yep.
And in boys 300, we had George Julius with a 51.17, Jacob Andrews with a 48.96, Briggs Ireland with a 47.90, Joshua Hawkins with a 47.42, Brandon Watson with a 46.46, and Durham Dotson in first with a 45 on the dot. So PR from Durham Dotson.
Well, actually, he's gone 44.8 before, so he was a little slower. But still, that's a good time.
Very good time there.
So right now in the rankings, team rankings right now, Collegiate girls are out to a big lead, 139. St. Catherine's 109, Freeman 67, Churchill Academy with 2. In the boys ranking, St. Chris way out in front, 143.5. Collegiate 72, Freeman 71.5, and St. Chris Middle School 17.
St. Chris Middle School, I believe, is beating out at least one varsity team in Stewart and Churchill.
Got some really talented boys. Coach Carrier, Coach Dunn do a good job leading that team.
200 meters.
Girls 800 is underway. 800, 2 laps. First lap here.
Everyone kind of pacing themselves, not wanting to rush things and tire themselves out. 800. It's definitely not something you can just sprint all the way out. Three Saints in the lead here, followed by Bowen Suro.
It's tough. We don't see hip numbers, so we can't tell who's who. And it's Freeman. Is that the 6? Looks like on the hip of the Freeman young lady. Yep. So that would be Chandrabal.
What stands out to me most in this heat is Eleanor Blackwood an 8th grader with an amazing time of a 2:36.74. The 3 St. Catherine's runners hold their lead here. Followed by Sarah of Collegiate, who seems to be picking it up a little bit. Around the final turn here.
Again, can't pick up hip numbers. We don't really know who is who, but the 2 St. Catherine's competitors are battling this one out.
I believe that's Eleanor Blackwood in the lead.
Think so?
So
that's the 8th grader.
I know second is McKay Magnus.
Okay. Yeah, and that's definitely Eva Green in 3rd for St. Catherine's.
And Suro finishes in 4th here.
So Blackwood is the winner for that one.
Really good job there.
Blackwood, Magnus, and Green. St. Catherine's goes 1, 2, 3.
Hard run there, and of course 2 more competitors still finishing. Freeman, Shani, Chandraval, and the St. Catherine's runner.
Maybe Kaylee Wynn looks like that's finishing up now. Good job there from Kaylee.
And they will be followed by who I believe is Churchill's lone runner in the heat, Jasmine Grimaldo.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Really good race there. Eleanor Blackwood, the 8th grader, takes the win. And we will move to heat number 2, where we have Merrick Mock from Freeman in lane 1, Virginia Harris from Collegiate in lane 2, Juliet Gardner from Freeman in lane 3, Becca Galbraith from St. Catherine's in lane 4, Kate Post from Freeman in 5, Abigail Hoffheimer in lane 6 from Freeman, Sophie Sloan in lane 7 from Collegiate, and Paige Wells in lane 8 from Collegiate. These times really fast, led by Merrick Mock of Freeman with a 2:20, which I believe is 7 seconds ahead of the second highest seed time.
All right, it'll be good to see if she's on her A game today. There it is.
7 seconds, probably about 60 meters when it comes to the 800.
Always interesting to see how they get out. If they want to get out fast and get in front, or if you want to kind of hang back a little bit and bide your time and see if you can win it with a kick.
Yeah, I'm sure the solution is a happy medium, but probably different for every runner. Conditioning levels probably different, and speed levels definitely different.
So Mock is out in front, pink shoes, leading the group.
Second and third, neck and neck, right behind her. They look to be literally right next to each other. That is a Freeman and a Collegiate runner, so probably Virginia Harris and Juliet Gardner.
And it's tough. They have their hip numbers on the inside, and that's why we can't tell, who is who, because we're on the other side of them, the outside of them in the stand. So it's tough to tell who's who sometimes.
That it is. Pretty tight race, though. Middle of the pack, following Mock pretty closely. Followed by one of the Collegiate runners and Becca Galbraith of St. Catherine's. Mock with a pretty substantial lead here, heading into the 5th turn of the race. she'll, in all probability, hold that. So coming around here for the final stretch.
Look at that kick. Man, that is impressive.
She's running really fast, really late in the race.
Freeman and the Collegiate is coming on. Freeman for second. It looks like she ekes it out right there at the end.
Really tight finish there.
Really tight finish. Love seeing these athletes compete.
So Mock gets a pretty convincing win there.
Yeah.
And we will move to the boys 800, where in Heat 1 we have Carter Williams of Collegiate in lane 1, Henry Russell of St. Chris in lane 2, freshman there, Nels Moore of Stewart in lane 3, John Paul Kadunk of St. Chris in lane 4, Reed Lower of Stewart in lane 5, Jay Namadar of Stewart in lane 6, Malachi Satile of Churchill in lane 7, Ashwin Agarwal of Collegiate in lane 8, Devon Singleton of Churchill in lane 9, and Dylan Pennick of Freeman in lane 10. Most of these runners, or I guess not most, 4 out of the 10 runners do not have times, but the highest time is a 2:23 of Carter Williams. Henry Russell has the second highest with a 2:28.
Very interesting. See some new times. It looks like JP is running for the first time, running this event for the first time. So I know Coach likes to throw some guys in different events throughout the season and see how they do.
Nels Moore around the first corner appears to be taking the lead. Wait, apologies, that's not Nels Moore. Nels Moore. Appears to be Collegiate's Williams in first. Followed closely. That is Henry Russell, I believe. It is. And then Nels Moore. And then John Paul Kadunk. But Williams and Russell well ahead of the rest of the pack.
Russell's looking pretty smooth.
Yeah, definitely being pushed by Williams. Nels Moore, Kadunk following. Williams starting to pull away from Russell, but Russell pretty comfortable in second here. It's going to take a pretty big kick to be able to pull off a victory.
I see Williams' kick here. See if he turns it on a little bit, or if he just coasts in.
No real need for him to turn it on. It looks like he is.
Never know what events he has left today. He wants to save a little energy.
So it'll be Williams in first. Henry Russell in second at the freshman from St. Chris. Really good time there. And as things stand, it'll be Nels Moore in third. Although pretty tight here for fourth. John Paul currently in the lead. followed by, I think, a Freeman runner. John Paul Kadunk will take 4th. So good event there as we're going to head to the second heat.
This is where it turns up, man.
Patrick Mayer of St. Chris in lane 1, Davis Woody of Freeman in lane 2, George Palai of Freeman in lane 3, Connor Olmstead of Freeman in 4, Emmett Townsend of Freeman in lane 5, Bowling Lewis of Collegiate in 6, Liam Harbor of Collegiate in 7, Luke Bowling of Collegiate in 8, Asher Green of St. Chris in 9, and Dougie Boardman of St. Chris in 9. These times are really close. 2 Freeman runners have the exact same time, and Patrick Mayer, the 1 seed, and Davis Woody, the 2 seed, are just a 1/10 of a second off on their seed times.
So Mayer and Green are part of our state prep league and state cross country team. We didn't win the state this year, finished second, but won the prep league for the 5th straight time this year. So this is a round in their round, the 800, 1600, 3200. This is where our distance guys excel. So I expect Mayer to have a good race, and I think Green is going to put up a better time than 2:17.05. Not willing to put a lot of money on that, Coop. I don't make a lot of money, man, so I can't waste a lot of money on that. But I believe in him. I think he's going to have a good race here.
His dad, of course, is one of the cross-country coaches.
Yes, Mr. John Green, great guy. And look at Mayer take off to start this race.
That St. Chris team from cross-country got second only to Woodbury, a ridiculously good team. So definitely no shame in that finish.
And our best runner, Ford Clark, unfortunately was sick that day. Just had a bug going around school, and he caught it. So definitely things could have been different if he was available for us. But the boys still put on a great show.
Mayer with a huge lead here.
I mean, big-time lead.
He is pushing himself, though. You have to imagine that.
Yeah.
The gap will lessen eventually. But as of right now, it's Mayer and then everyone else.
As you can see, he doesn't move a lot of body parts. He is really compact. Pretty steady. There's my man Green trying to come on the outside, Coop.
Green appears to be in 8th right now, fighting for 7th. And will take 7th. So he is really pushing it here. In line with just behind the 6th place runner. Or 5th place runner, so he's in 6th right now. Yeah, Green already into the top 5, and he's just been pushing it. Mayer has been holding his lead, though, so far.
Looks like he slowed up a little bit, but he's still carrying a good pace. He looks good. And there's Green again, pushing to see if he can get to 2nd. He's in 5th and really pushing these next 3 runners.
Green, you're going to imagine you see a huge kick from him. The freshman kind of looking to prove himself here. Probably catching a draft as well.
So 3 Freeman are battling for 2nd. Green pushing, trying to get into that top 3.
Green's gonna get 4th. It looks like.
Wow, what a race!
But definitely above his 9 seed.
Absolutely.
So good prediction there, Coach Lewis.
Hey, I know a little bit about what's going on around here in the athletic world here at St. Chris, just a little bit.
Would have to imagine. So that's the conclusion of the boys 800, and we will move to the girls 200, in which we have 31 competitors.
All right, so that's 6 sections. And you just mentioned Jasmine Grimaldo of Churchill, Taylor Powell of Churchill, and Olive Schreier?
Probably Schreier.
Please,
Freeman.
Families forgive us some tough last names that we don't have the ability to get all the pronunciations before time. But she's a freshman from Freeman, Olive Schreier. Looks like Schreier.
No, I really don't, because that's what has to be announced. Oh, ball. Come to the course that they don't think somebody sliced
Yeah, just got news that a foul ball over at baseball went through a window of a car, unfortunately, so they're going to announce that here.
Very
If
unfortunate.
you're driving a Honda with the license plate VXX8089, would you please meet our athletic administration at your car, please? VXX8089 Honda, silver Honda. Would you please go to your car?
That is why the park at your own risk signs are there.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Always dangerous, man. Parking around the baseball diamond. You never know if the ball's going to get loose and
Really
hit your
just
car.
unlucky.
Unlucky. Coop, you got the lights on. I don't know if you noticed that.
We do. Not doing much yet.
Not doing much yet, but yeah, we'll see how long we go. We might get a little effect of it.
Remember that first night game, by this time it was pitch black.
Absolutely.
Boys and girls, 3,200 will be run together.
So talking about the lights, we have another stream tomorrow night, our first lacrosse game under the lights, Thursday, May 4th against Trinity Episcopal. We thank the Titans for changing that game over here to us so we can have a game under the lights for those guys. So May 4th, we'll be streaming it here at St. Chris. JV at 4:30, I believe, and the varsity will tip off around 6:45. And it's also senior day for lacrosse.
Yeah, and I believe the Saints will be looking for their first back-to-back home wins of the year in lacrosse.
It's really great to have them back on the Nose Field. They've had a lot of tough road trips and
brutal schedule.
Brutal schedule, tough schedule. Probably toughest in the states, you would think. And it's good to have them kind of come back home and hopefully go on a run here to get into the state tournament.
Yeah, I mean, Mid-Atlantic private school lacrosse is something else. Looks like we only have 2 competitors here in this first heat.
So if I remember, it doesn't look like Grimaldo was in this one because she had on a different outfit than the young lady that's leading right now. So it looks like that is
Taylor Powell.
Taylor Powell, yes.
With a pretty big lead over Olive Schrerer. Both are freshmen. Schrerer of Freeman. And Powell gets the win here. Good job by her. Just able to keep Schrerer at an arm's length the whole time. So now in Heat 2, we will have Ari Hayward Carter of Churchill, Saki Davis of Stewart, Riley Torrance of St. Catharines, and Alex Garrison of St. Catharines. Garrison, a 7th grader for the Saints, and Davis, an 8th grader for Stewart.
Wow.
Pretty impressive for them to be competing in this meet.
Hey, scoreboard update here as well, Coop. JV Baseball, 5-3 win over Freeman today at home. Good win for them.
Freeman has a really good baseball program. So
My bad, Coach.
It's definitely a good win. When we're off here, it looks like we only have 3 of the competitors racing.
Again, tough to tell who's who.
I believe that is 2 St. Catharines and Churchill runner. Torrance and Churchill's Hayward Carter battling it out here. Hayward Carter currently in the lead.
Good form from Carter. Torrance. That's Riley Torrance. Her sister is a senior, so she was honored earlier today.
Good race there. Hayward Carter from Churchill gets the win. She was able to just kind of push it. And up here in Heat 3, we have Cora Colburn in lane 1, Abby Augustin in lane 2 from Freeman, Lauren Bennett, Lillian Harder, and Mary Spencer Galeen in lanes 3, 4, and 5, respectively, all from St. Catharines, followed by Emma Anders in lane 6. Lillian Harder is a 7th grader for St. Catharines. So, you know, pretty young team for both St. Catharines and St. Chris. Really good mixture of experience and youth. We have 5 competitors here, competitors, out of these 6 listed. Oh. Lauren Bennett barely in first.
Look at Harder. That's the 7th grader pushing.
And 7th grader Harder takes a lead last second. Bennett drops to 3rd, and Harder gets the win really fast there. That might have beaten her previous time of 32:56, judging by the fact that she was seated below 2 other runners.
And as Patrick Mayer walks in, we'll give him his results there. He ran a 2:05.82. Patrick Mayer, good job there to win the 800. Connor Olmstead of Freeman was 2nd. Emmett Townsend of Freeman was 3rd. Asher Green, as predicted, 4th, 2:08.04. Seed time was what, 2:17?
Yep.
Right on it. Man, I should have bet some money on that.
That's pretty good. I'm not sure I would have taken the bet. That's pretty good.
George Pelelli, it looks like. Pelly, Freeman, 2:08.13, and Bowling Lewis of Collegiate, 2:10.76.
So Heat 4 here of the girls 200 is beginning. Appears we have all 6 competitors. Haley Safran, Olivia Garrett, Chloe Kurzawa, Sophia Fabiato, Sienna Rankins, and Allie Adamson. 3 from St. Catharines and 3 from Freeman.
It's a pretty fast race.
2 from Freeman, 1 from Stewart.
St. Chris and St. Catharines, and Stewart fighting.
Really tight finish here. And one of the St. Catharines runners will get the win. We cannot see hip numbers.
Yeah,
so unfortunately,
really
we're not able
really
to give
tough.
you who that is.
In the girls 800 results, we got Merrick Mock was the champ in that one, 2:22.89. Virginia Harris of Collegiate, the 8th grader, 2:27.83. Juliet Gardner, 3rd for Freeman, 2:27.84. Wow. 100th of a second. Paige Wells, Collegiate, 2:28.93. Kate Post of Freeman, senior, 2:29.41. And Abigail Hoffmeyer was 6th for Freeman, 2:30.86.
Coming up here in Heat 5, we have Madeline Smolin from St. Catharines in 1, Piper Shannon from St. Catharines in lane 2, Kristen Tidy from Collegiate in lane 3, Chiniere, I'm not going to try to pronounce the last name, from Collegiate in lane 4, Nyana Harris in lane 5 from St. Catharines, and Finley McKellany from St. Catharines in lane 6. Coming around the turn here, appears to be a St. Catharines runner in front. It's Nyana Harris in front, followed closely, very closely, by a Collegiate runner. I believe that's Chiniere. And good finish there. Nyana Harris able to get the victory. She was seated 4th. So, really good job there to beat her time and get a victory here. So in the final and fastest heat, at least according to seed times, we have Taylor Meredith, Adriana Walker, Hampton Turton in lanes 1, 2, and 3, all from St. Catharines. Emily Begarow from Collegiate in 4, Leslie Armstrong from St. Catharines in 5, and Abby Dunn from Collegiate in 6. A lacrosse ball rolled across the track, and so we'll get a delay. The shot is fired. You can tell these girls are really fast.
Yes.
Heading around this turn.
Different level.
Appears to be 2 St. Catharines runners in the lead, followed very closely by a Collegiate runner. And that is going to be a St. Catharines victory. It looks like, as it stands right now, Emily Begarow of Collegiate in 2nd. Followed by 2 St. Catharines runners and the final Collegiate runner. So good race there. And we're going to move over to the boys 200. So keeping in the same event. And in the first heat, we're going to have Nathan Bridges of Stewart in lane 2, Slade Kisner of St. Chris in lane 3, Grayson Hepp of Collegiate in lane 4, and Dylan Griffin of Stewart in lane 5.
Oh, you're done? Wow, that was special. How did they do? Fine.
Some disturbance here, and we'll get reset at the start line.
So technically, if they were in lane 1, it's legit.
That's true. That's true.
So whoever was in lane 1.
No one in the first section. St. Catherine's C.
And they're off.
This is now the last call for the boys and girls 3200. Last call 3200.
Only 4 in this section.
Slade Kisner in the lead, followed very closely by who appears to be a collegiate runner.
And away, Slade! All the way, Slade!
Kisner.
Really getting his arms up. Has a unique running style, but really works.
And Kisner takes the W.
Good job from him.
Getting my grade in my history class.
Oh, yeah? Good guy?
Yeah, really good guy.
There
Former
you go.
wrestler.
Okay.
Trying to get rid of that former, but he's not budging.
Did you pin him or put him in a pretzel one day? What
No.
happened? Just changed his
I
mind.
think like most people, he realized wrestling is not fun.
It's not for everybody.
So in the second heat, we're going to have Christopher Espino of Freeman, Emmanuel Jenkins of Churchill, Peter Weingardner of Freeman, and Hamilton George of St. Christopher's. It appears to be Hamilton George's first time running this event, as he does not have a seed time. Although the seed times that do exist are all very close, all within a second of each other. It looks like we only have 2 runners competing here. In the far right lane and the far, I think that's going to be Peter Weingardner of Freeman.
It doesn't look like Hamilton is there.
And looks like Emmanuel Jenkins of Church Hill.
And Coach Ian Smith, has been having trouble with that, with the starter gun all day.
Firing blanks. Rain might have had something to do with that.
There you go.
And we are off here. Just the 2 competitors. One from Freeman, one from Church Hill. Around the first turn, Weingardner holds the lead. And looks like he's going to keep it through the finish. So the Freeman runner takes the second heat, and we will move into the third heat, where we have Devon Singleton of Church Hill, John Thompson of St. Christopher's, Jack Richards of St. Christopher's, or Rickards, Constantinos Cavanes of St. Christopher's, Elijah Asari of St. Christopher's, and Riley Carter of Stewart. 4 freshmen in this heat, collectively. And looks like we're going to have all 6 guys lining up here. No, it would only be 5 lining up. Stewart's Riley Carter currently in the lead, followed closely by Tinos Cavanez and then Elijah Asari.
Tinos looks good.
And Tinos Cavanez really moving it here. It's going to come
Stewart.
down to the very finish, and Carter pulls away at the last second. I think Tinos really pushed himself that first
he
100.
Too hard, yeah.
So Riley Carter wins the event for Stewart. We're going to move to the second to last heat, in which we'll have Jordan Surratt of Churchill, Eric Brown of St. Chris, Harrison Bray of Collegiate.
Cook zoom in on Tinos. He is down. He is worn out, and that's what it's about. You know, doing your best,
on the field,
pushing yourself. Yeah. Can you see him, Cook?
Right next to the net.
Yeah. It's right around the whole crowd of people. All of the guys that went over, Willie and Brandon Jennings, Jacob Zoller, all his football buddies are right around there with him. I tell you.
I guess the game plan was just,
Just let it all go. Let it all go. That's awesome. Good job,
It's
Tinos.
going to be probably his last event of the night. So here we have Jordan Valentine, Matt Chiarvelli, and Bishop Foster closing it out from Freeman, and Collegiate, respectively. Only 4 runners competing in this one. 4 of the 6 listed. It's going to be
Lane 4.
Lane 4, that is.
Lane 5 is coming. Freeman, and it looks like Collegiate is coming as well.
Good event there.
Yeah.
Freeman gets the dub. The Freeman runner is either Jordan Valentine or Matt Ciarvelli. Ciavarelli. It's a good event there, and we will move to our 5th and final section of the boys 200. Avi Gupta, Maddox White of St. Chris
yeah.
in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Maddox White with a 22.93, followed by Lamar Booker Jr. of Collegiate with a 22.44. Dunning Gold of Collegiate with a 23.33. Seth Zani of Freeman with a 24.35, and Jack Bleacher of St. Chris with 24.91. So very good times there. Although the 2 that are definitely notable are Booker Jr. and Maddox White.
I tell you, Maddox White, remarkable. 2 ACL tears. Already back from tearing it in September. He's back here running. He's been running since the start of the season and doing a good job. So interested to see how he does.
Really speedy recovery. I remember last year in the JV
Unbelievable.
football season, you could definitely see that speed.
Yeah.
Quite a few of those games for SID, and he had like probably 15 punt returns on the year. And he's gonna be in the lead around the turn. Really pushing it here.
Smooth runner, smooth. Collegiate is right there with him.
That's Lamar Booker Jr.
I don't think that's
This is
Lamar
not-
Booker, though. No,
That'll be
somebody
Dunning
else.
Gold.
Yeah, that was Dunning Gold. Booker was not here, so we didn't get the matchup that we wanted. We wanted to see White and Booker, as Booker was a scratch today.
But White does win it, and we will move on to the painful running. The girls' 3,200 is up next.
Oh, my goodness. 2 miles.
That's ridiculous. I would not want to do that.
You guys train pretty hard, though. You guys run long distances, right?
We do. We do. Right after preps, we're on this track every day of the week, unfortunately.
I see you some mornings, like, running around the neighborhood as well.
Yeah, during the off season, we'll do
impressive.
a mile or 2 before most practices.
Yeah.
But I don't think our speeds are going to surpass these ones.
Thank you, sir.
So we will have Charlotte Gardner of Freeman, Rosie Farrell of Collegiate, Emily Ellen of Freeman, Avery Edmondson of Freeman, Xana Anderson of St. Catharines, Camilla Burnside of Freeman, Sadie Morgan of St. Catharines, Ellie Leipheimer of Collegiate, and Ann Lewis of Collegiate. And the boys will be running alongside the girls, and that will be Declan McDonald from St. Chris, James Trabado from Collegiate, and Clayton Williams from Freeman, running for the boys. And Holden Valerie, the senior, as well from St. Chris. The fastest time overall is going to be, or at least listed, is Declan McDonald's 11:05, just a ridiculous time there. And the fastest girls' time listed is Charlotte Gardner's 12:09, also extremely fast. So 8 laps here. I believe it's going to be quite the race. And we're off. Definitely a slower start than some of the other ones we've seen. That appears to be Holden Valerie holding the lead just around this first turn, followed by Declan McDonald, who takes the lead. Or, never mind, he will not. Holden with the retake it immediately.
I wonder how tough it is doing a mixed race for the girls that are behind, because you're so used to, you know, maybe these girls are used to being out in front, and then you see the boys out front. Does it mess with your mind at all? Do you have to kind of, you know, mentally prepare for that? I just wonder how that would go.
Well, these girls still very fast.
Right.
Charlotte Gardner's 12:09 time is at least faster than James Trabado's 13:22 time. And it will be Valerie McDonald and Clayton Williams holding down the front.
Valerie is really in this to pace.
Okay, so Coach Ware tells us that Valerie is in this race to pace Declan, so to help him out to, you know, get him prepared and improve that time. Already good time, so.
Valerie off to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Daytona Beach in the fall.
Say that again?
Embry-Riddle Aeronautical.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The Eagles.
I like it.
A fellow Wood advisee.
Such a great young man. We're going to definitely miss him. He's made a terrific impact on the community.
Yeah, one of his last events here. Is this senior night?
It is senior night.
It is senior night, so this is his last event.
Yep.
On Knowles Field. Or rather, Knowles Field's track, but.
So it's Cowboy Track.
Cowboy Track?
Cowboy Track.
Cowboy Track. I was unaware, but more you know. So he and McDonald just step for step here. And they're pretty closely followed here by Williams. And then there's a trio of the girl runners at the front. I believe that is Gardner and Ellen of Freeman and Farrell of Collegiate, as they are the 3 fastest seeded from those teams. But I could be wrong. McDonald falling a little bit behind Valerie. The pace setter for the St. Christopher sophomore. Quite a bit of shadow boxing going on between teams on the field.
Yes. So I think I understand it.
You have to get their head to turn where you make it turn 3 times in a row.
So if I go this way and you go that way, I get a point.
Yeah, and you got to go 3.
But I got to get you 3 times doing it.
In a row.
Okay. Who is the best shadow boxer here at St. Chris?
I don't know. In my grade, I think it's Gavin Johnson. He's pretty good.
Really?
I think a lot of it is also luck. But it's definitely taken over.
It is. They've been playing it all day in the infield. I'm wondering what it is.
Looks like Elisha, sorry, just
mixed
Took out someone from another school
4
there.
by 100 meter relay. The throwers relay co-ed mixed 4 by 100. This is the final call.
I don't think I've seen anyone ever get as pumped up as they do for when they win shadow boxing. McDonald and Valerie still leading the pack. Williams falling a little bit behind, but not much.
22.91. I think you took a little off of it. Hey, no, you
No,
I
ready the whole thing.
Yeah, no, when I say you took a little off of it, I think you took a little off your PR.
Yeah, I know.
But you also had nobody to
I believe this is the third or fourth lap. I think the third. So just nearly halfway done here.
And it's not a great. This is not a great sprint weather. This is great.
Tough to keep track on a mixed race. You don't know.
Yeah, some
lose
lapping.
track pretty quickly.
All right. Yeah, but
McDonald and Valerie around the, I believe, the 9th turn of the race, or
McDonald is hanging. He's hanging in there with Holden.
11th turn of the race. Yeah, I mean,
trying to stick with him. Holden's such a veteran. I mean, he's so good.
They're getting their times as they run.
Coach Aaron Carlson down there. Asher Green talking to him. Patrick Mayer as well down there, I see.
I believe this is the woman in first.
Can't see that. Can't see the number.
Followed by a Freeman runner, who in all probability is Charlotte Gardner, the 1 seed in this race. 1 seed by 12 seconds, I should add, which I guess in a 2-mile run isn't too substantial. Valerie extending his lead. McDonald slipping a little bit, but still leading the pack, and people who are actually really competing. As Valerie is definitely running as hard as he can, but
yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
so Valerie and McDonald.
Where is? There he is. I couldn't see him. I thought he had dropped back a little further.
And I believe they should be coming up on the end of their first mile here. If I've been counting correctly, there's a good chance I have not, though, so do not count me on that. And Clayton Williams in close succession. Teams practicing baton handoffs here as we have the mixed 4x1 coming up right after this. And then we will close off with events 34 and 35, the girls 4x4 and the boys 4x4.
It looks like we're gonna have a little bit of fun. It looks like some of the throwers are gonna be running some of this 4x4. That's gonna be fun.
I think the throwers are doing the boys 4x4.
I mean, excuse me, 4x1. Yeah, yeah.
Are you doing the 4x4? Wow,
4x4.
that is.
Yeah.
For throwers.
Yes. It's always the highlight of the
it's a good distance.
Indoor track meet as well. At one of the last ones, they normally do it there.
So Valerie has apparently lapped a St. Catherine's and Collegiate runner. And McDonald is about McDonald 21 seconds behind Valerie, but still really pushing it, and in second right now above Clayton. Valerie is really just pushing it right now. He is.
Yeah, Declan is
heads and
dropped
shoulders
back. Yeah,
above everyone. He's already lapped most of the women's heat. Girls still running very hard, though. Valerie barely looks tired.
No, he's in supreme shape.
He looks like he'd do another 10 miles. I don't think I'll ever get people who enjoy running, but more to him.
1 lap to go there for Valerie. Be finishing up soon.
And
Declan has fell back a little bit, but he's still working. You can tell he's getting worn out.
Clayton Williams kind of closing it in on McDonald. And they both have 1 lap to go, so it could be a good finish here. Williams is definitely going to need to pick it up, though, if he wants to get second. Actually, go to Declan and. So Holden Valerie is nearly finished here. Just ridiculous speed from him. I'm not sure what that time was, but I think it might be sub 11. Potentially sub 10 the way he's been running. I don't even.
He's not even breathing hard. This is just
He
ridiculous.
does not look tired at all. So he'll finish up here. Really good job by him.
I mean, you talk about a walk in the park. That's what it looked like.
Clayton Williams hawking down Declan McDonald around this last turn here. And Declan and Williams are going to have a push for second. And it's going to begin here. Williams is just on Declan's tail. Declan pushing it. You can tell his face. Williams putting in every last ounce, and he's going to overtake him last second, and Williams gets second.
Good job from Freeman's Williams there. Tough one. I was surprised that Declan got out of lane 1. When he got out, he kind of allowed the Freeman guy to be able to get by. Maybe it would have been a little bit more difficult for him to pass him if he could have closed him off. But here's Collegiate. Looks like she may be finishing up. I'm not sure which runner that is. It looks like she finishes up and she wins the women's portion.
Yeah, really good job there for her. Very good time. And the rest of the pack turning the second to last corner. And a lone Freeman runner turning that last corner. So the winner actually lapped a few of the other women in the heat. It's a very convincing performance. A little bit of a stretch here. Freeman runner overtakes a St. Catherine's runner, followed by another one, so able to kick it there and leg it out for a victory. And 2 more runners to finish here for the girls 3,200. Appears to be a St. Catherine's and what looks like a collegiate runner. And the collegiate runner overtakes the St. Catherine's runner. And so at the conclusion of this straight, we will be moving to the co-ed 4x1 with St. Christopher's Collegiate, St. Christopher's B team, Freeman, and a Collegiate B team competing. No teams have seat times, so hard to tell how this one's going to play out, although judging by the current team scores, you have to imagine that St. Christopher's A team is looking for nothing less than a win.
Yeah, this definitely should be fun.
So in this 4x100, it's co-ed. So I assume St. Catherine's will be competing under that St. Christopher's team name.
100 on the track, please. Mixed 4x100 throwers relay. St. Christopher's B, lane 1. St. Christopher's St. Catherine's B, lane 1.
Oh, just the throwers relay here?
Collegiate A, lane 2.
There it is.
This will be
and St. Catherine's A, lane 3.
the throwers relay.
A, lane 4, and Collegiate B, lane 5. We're going to line up in the order you're going to run.
The best event of the night here. Or, well, probably not that, but the most anticipated event of the night here.
A, lane 2, St. Christopher's and St. Catherine's. A, lane 3, Freeman. A, lane 4, and Collegiate B, lane 5.
Can't tell exactly who's running from here, but it looks like John Miles, maybe Theo Cross.
No, that's Quentin Levy.
Oh, Quentin Levy.
Yeah, Quentin Levy with Theo Cross on on the St. Catherine's team. And EJ Seward is in there. Your wrestling buddy is in one of the groups. And I can't tell who the other St. Chris male would be. Don't see anybody else.
Anthony Bullock's on the track.
AB is not on the track team this year.
I figured. He's on the track, though.
If you're running second, you need to go to the first turn, please.
I don't.
Yeah, second, go to the first turn. If you're running third, go to
Kind of
the
assumed AB would not be running a 4x400, but one can hope.
I don't think they don't understand because they're not runners. They don't really
They do
understand
not know
where
what
they
is
needed to
happening.
go at the time, so now they're getting there.
They're all joking with each other.
St. Catherine's B in lane 1, Collegiate A in lane 2, St. Christopher's
Probably the least intense event of the night. Everyone kind of joking with each other here. Smiles on everyone's faces. Now, one thing I'm not aware of is if this contributes to the team score.
I don't know.
From what I've seen, it shouldn't matter too much.
I don't think so.
With Collegiate girls and St. Christopher's holding relatively insurmountable leads.
St. Christopher's St. Catherine's A is a champion from the Gojikian Twilight Classic.
Okay. All right. So the same team that won the Twilight Classic up at Woodbridge is back out here today for St. Catherine, St. Chris. Now, Coach, does this count towards the team scores, or this is just for fun? This is just for fun exhibition, as we thought, but it's fun. It's nice.
All right, Zone 1, are we ready? Over by the shed. Zone 1, are we ready?
They are not ready.
Everybody watching the zone?
Is there? We don't know if there's a coach or anybody over there. We got plenty of people over there, but none of them look like coaches.
Let me check Zone 3. Zone 3, we good? All good. Zone 4?
Oh, wait.
We're good in Zone 4. So let's just make sure we're all set for Zone 2. We're good. All right, Ian.
So here we go with the 4x100. And away we go.
Interesting to see the strategy because some boys started for some teams and some teams started with their girls.
One dude is hustling. Looks like a collegiate runner, really.
No strategy here,
Pushes
just
through.
trying to figure it all out.
EJ Seward gets it, and he's going to...
EJ looks
EJ
good.
is pushing
Look at
it
that.
right now.
Jeez.
EJ, it's that wrestling
EJ,
condition.
he doesn't look like that doesn't even look fair.
It's that wrestling condition. I'm telling you.
Oh, man. St. Catherine, St. Chris out in front. They're handling the Pendle. Pendle can run. I'm going to tell you right now. Pendle can run.
This is why they said this was unfair.
Look at that.
Pendleberry and
Pendle.
Cross.
Cross trying to catch him, but there's no way Pendle can run.
Pendleberry and EJ.
It is not fair. Pendle and EJ lead the way. That was fun. That was fun. 1-2 for the Saints there. Fun
So,
event.
concluding that, we will have the girls 4x400, which will have 2 Freeman teams, 2 St. Catherine's teams, and a Collegiate team competing. I mean, EJ and Luke Pendleberry just pushing it. So there's 2 more events here.
That's it. We've had a pretty good day. The rain held off. Sun came out.
Just barely, probably 15, 20 minutes of rain, so.
You can feel the lights a little bit out here on the field especially. You can kind of start to feel it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're getting nice little sunsets. It's a good night for track, at least for the distance runners.
Yes, definitely.
4x400 meter relay is up.
No humidity, nice and cool.
Lane 1, Freeman B. Lane 2, Freeman A. Lane 3,
Unfortunately, not a good night for our cameraman, James Cook. Pretty cold, so we thank him for that.
Thank you, Hugh. Thank you, Hugh Cook,
Hugh.
for
Apologies.
doing the camera. He's freezing out there. He has a T-shirt on. He was not prepared. He didn't know it was going to be 55, 50 degrees today. We're glad to bring you our first track meet of the spring season. Again, celebrating the seniors. Congratulations to all the seniors, St. Catherine's and St. Chris. And good luck with the Dogwood Track Classic coming up this weekend on Saturday. And then after that, preps and states. So we're winding down. We're winding down the spring season. We're winding down the athletic season here at St. Chris and St. Catherine's. Again, our next stream is tomorrow, Varsity Lacrosse versus Trinity. And we will be off on Friday. And then Saturday we'll come back and stream the varsity baseball game versus the Miller School, which should be a good one.
A kind of bittersweet ending to the season, but looking forward to next year. Going to come back strong, very strong. Cross-country, soccer, and football teams. Getting ready to start the season. From what I've heard from those competitors, all 3 teams vying for a state championship. So here we go in the girls 4x400. It's gonna be a mile run total by these competitors. And the 2 St. Catherine's A runners are in 2nd and 3rd, behind who appears to be the Freeman first runner, who holds a very large lead here, coming off of that first turn. I guess. And Freeman gets a big boost there from that first 400. Assuming the St. Catherine's runners do not catch up. Actually, it looks like a second Freeman runner is in second, so really strong start from Freeman from their 400 runners. Followed by, as of right now, the St. Catherine's runner and the Collegiate runner, who in turn are followed by the final St. Catherine's runner.
Second leg starting here, and shout out to Ebo Rice as they start. Ebo Rice won the pole vault today with an effort of 11 feet. So good job from him.
Was Victor Olesen competing in the pole vault?
Victor did not compete today.
No, he's been sick. So
Because Victor's is like,
yeah, he's
13.
15-6.
Oh my God.
He's 15-6. He is the best freshman
in the country, right?
in the country in pole vault.
That
in
is
the country.
pretty awesome.
Yes, yes, a terrific young man as well.
Pretty awesome. So Freeman killing it so far. Their first two runners got first and second, and now their third and fourth runners are getting third and fourth. Or I guess first and second in their respective groups. They are followed by the St. Catherine's runner, and then Collegiate and St. Catherine's round out the pack. So, I mean, the rich get richer for Freeman.
Yeah, two strong relay teams here.
Huge head start on this third set. And the St. Catherine's B team will get their third set started.
Yeah, she is really rolling here. Whoever's out front for Freeman.
I'm not sure how they stagger these teams, if they do their fastest runner first or fastest runner last, but
it seems like strategy-wise, usually your first runner, your leadoff, and your anchor are usually your strongest runners. But this third leg has been really strong for Freeman. And here's the anchor leg.
Now the St. Catherine's third leg has definitely gained some ground on that Freeman runner. And St. Catherine's has hope here to get second going into this final 400. Wallace carry for St. Catherine's. The third runner. And she will hand off the baton. And the battle for second commences. First, essentially locked up for Freeman. And St. Catherine's takes second place here so far. At least the A team does.
can't tell whether he seems kind of lackadaisical compared to where he was earlier.
Well, he made a boy jump, cleared the height, low height. Beautiful. I mean, beautiful form, good approach. He come up with a very excellent.
And Freeman A team will take first by essentially 400.
Incredible run.
Really solid team effort. Head and shoulders above the competition, but St. Catherine's will take second with the Freeman.
It's a good comeback for them.
Yeah, really good. With the Freeman B team taking third. And as it stands right now, Collegiate in fourth and St. Catherine's B in fifth.
But he won't pull his hands up. He's just dragging. And he knows it. He just is not getting over.
And it will finish that way. The Collegiate team finishes fourth, and the St. Catherine's B team finishes fifth. So we're going to move over to the boys 4x400, where we will have two St. Chris teams, two Freeman teams, and one Collegiate team, identical to the layout for the girls. The seed times for the boys. Both St. Christopher's teams have the exact same seed times, but you have to assume one will be faster than the other.
Yeah.
The Collegiate squad has the highest listed time at a 3:35.98, and the Freeman teams have a 4-minute .4.
This is the final race of the evening. Coaches, I will post results as soon as I get a chance. if you would, clean up your area on your way out. And if anybody's just itching to put hurdles on the cart, feel free. All right. Lane 1, St. Christopher's B. Lane 2,
So the
Freeman
boys,
A,
4x400 here to close it out. Final event of the night.
B.
It's been a great night in terms of competition.
Very nice. I mean, it's cold. It was a nice night. Yeah. I mean, the rain only lasted like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That make it chill too. Yeah. Right.
Thank you for everyone who tuned in tonight.
Really appreciate the support. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate the support. Really proud of my students. They're doing a really good job bringing this type of content to you guys.
Yeah, just over 2,000 subscribers, trying to get to 3,000. Great channel growth in the past couple of years.
Absolutely. We'll be streaming more on StC TV too as well, so go ahead and subscribe over there and get alerts for when we are broadcasting over there on that channel. We broadcasted 2 events, I believe, earlier this week, Tuesday. So we'll do more of that as it goes along, as we have a big team and are able to do it.
So we're underway here in the 4x400. Looks like Avi Gupta for the Saints, at least for one of the teams. He'll be in first to start, although a collegiate runner in close pursuit.
Gupta is so smooth. Very little movement. Looks like Dougie Boardman is up next with Gupta.
And he looks like Mayer will be alongside him for the Saints.
This is going to be interesting.
Gupta and the collegiate runner really fighting here. Collegiate runner has a slight edge in this final stretch.
Oh, no, I apologize. Gupta is with Mayer.
Yes, Gupta is with Mayer, and Noble is with Boardman. So the sophomore will hand it off to the sophomore here, and we'll get started on the second event. Collegiate off to an early lead here, but Ford Clark.
No, it's Mayer.
That's Mayer, apologies, in close pursuit. Looks like he's gaining on him ever so slightly. And might take the lead by the time this corner is turned.
I think he'll just hold him, and wait on him a little bit, and then after this turn, I think Mayer may turn it on.
Last event of the night, no need to hold anything in.
And there it is.
Guns blazing here. And they're both pushing it. Mayer's going to need to make a move to the side. Doesn't want to do it too early, but the collegiate runner holds him off.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Extends the lead, in fact.
It looks like George Beck is who Mayer's handing off to for St. Chris.
And it'll be Henry Russell for Boardman. And collegiate. Sizable lead here. About a second and a half, I think.
Well, Ann filled them up. I would have filled them when she filled them up.
And extending it, it looks like.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what it is. And you have their seniors want to go in together. Who's last here for us? Is it Ford? Yeah. Zach.
So George Beck is going to hand off to Zach Murphy here.
The Freeman runner might overtake Beck, and
yes,
he will.
So Zach Murphy, brand new to track this year. Let's see what he can do.
Zach Murphy, the Longwood basketball commit.
Longwood basketball commit, best shooter on the team for St. Chris. He really can shoot threes.
Really strong program in Farmville. Made the tournament past couple years.
That's right. So proud of Zach coming out and running track. He didn't have to do this at all, and he wanted to come out and stay in shape and work hard. And
he's doing pretty well.
Support the team.
So as the 4x400 comes to a close here, Collegiate looking for a win, but Freeman in
coming.
close pursuit. This has got to be
coming.
Freeman's fastest runner, but Collegiate.
He's going to hold him off. He doesn't have enough time to get him.
He's going to hold him off. I mean, another lap, and Freeman might take that one, but we do not have that. Murphy for the Saints comes in third. And the St. Christopher's B team, who I believe has...
I think that's Tate Wilson.
Yeah, that's Tate Wilson, followed by the Freeman B runner. Close finish here, though.
Come on, Tate. Come on, Tate. Come on, Tate.
They both got to push it, and the Freeman runner gaining. Tate's going to hold him off.
Tate. There you go. Nice.
So that concludes our events tonight. Really good performance by all teams and all competitors.
Tate just needed our encouragement there. That's all.
You got it. It's all because of us.
That's right.
I credit that completely to the Sports Information Department.
Again, thank you for
That's
coming,
right.
and make sure you
So we don't have the
please
final
make your
rankings,
way
but Collegiate
out.
was
And
leading
gentlemen,
after
anybody
13
St.
events
Christopher
for the
guys,
women,
you need
and
to
the
get
men,
the
St. Chris,
hurdles
big
on
lead.
those
Big lead.
cars.
I do believe
And then just
Collegiate and
leave
St.
the cars on
Chris
the track. That would be
win it
fantastic.
for their respective divisions.
Yeah. So again, we thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. It's been a long day. We had 2 different crews to come on and run things, and we appreciate you guys joining us. Again, Varsity Lacrosse tomorrow, 6:45, Senior Day. If you're not going to be here, we'll have food trucks and all that kind of stuff. But if you're not going to be here, please support us on the stream. We appreciate it. And for my man Gilbert Cooper and Hugh Cook on the camera, I'm Stephen Lewis, signing off.